In today's video, we're going to go over the risk severe weather within the next 3 days. Today, we have a slight risk for areas of South Carolina and North Carolina. Tomorrow, we do have a marginal risk for areas of the South. And then on day 3, we have a marginal risk for the Southeast. Then, we're going to talk about the models and data, what's going to happen here all 3 days of the severe weather risks. Then, we're going to go over the Atlantic, see what's going to go on in the Atlantic potentially in the next long range here. Then we're going to check out Tropical Depression 10E in today's video, so let's get right into things. Today we have a marginal risk severe weather from areas of North Carolina all the way down to Mississippi, and then we have a slight risk for areas of South Carolina and North Carolina for today. This is what we're looking at around 1 p.m. here on the models here. We're seeing a few rain showers and maybe some thunderstorms going on for areas of Kentucky, Tennessee, West Virginia, maybe a little bit in North Carolina. It looks like mainly rain showers by 1 p.m. here. Then around 2 p.m. we start to see some storms try to develop in these regions. Some of these could be strong to potentially severe here. So we will have to watch for a few strong to severe thunderstorms being possible with large hail, damaging winds, and a tornado or two cannot be ruled out here. As we continue ahead into the evening, we continue to see showers and thunderstorms continue in the areas of South Carolina, North Carolina there. So we will have to watch as thunderstorms continue to around 7 p.m. We even see some thunderstorms also developing here in areas of Alabama, Mississippi, maybe a little bit of Georgia there. Seeing some thunderstorms by 7 p.m. tonight here. So you will have to watch for thunderstorms as they continue by 10 p.m. Still some showers and thunderstorms possible. A few being definitely will have to watch this very closely. Okay, here is our CAPE values. This is basically our instability, our food for thunderstorms here. And those thunderstorms for today, this is around 2 p.m. here. We're seeing quite a bit of instability for this region for areas of South Carolina, North Carolina, and West Virginia. So you have enough food for some thunderstorms in this area for today. So you will have to watch for a few storms as we continue to head on into later on in the evening. We'll continue to see those higher amounts of instability there, meaning we will have a chance of a few showers and thunderstorms being severe potentially here. So we will have to watch some of these thunderstorms. So as they continue to move into more eastern North Carolina and South Carolina and areas of Alabama, also we'll have to watch for storms which could be strong to severe here. Okay, now we're looking at our moisture here. We see around 60s to 70s here in this region where we're seeing that severe weather threat for today. So we will have quite a bit of moisture for these areas, enough for some severe weather going on today. We also see some 70s, even mid to close to upper 70s here for Alabama, Mississippi here. So we are seeing some high amounts here of moisture going on as we continue. We continue to see around 70s, even some mid 70s there in South Carolina and North Carolina there. So, and then upper 60s also. Then you can see as those storms are moving through, you can see them sweeping up that moisture there. You can tell here on our dew points here. Then as we continue on, we continue to see that even in Alabama. You can see those thunderstorms taking up that moisture there. So we will see that going on here. And then by 5 a.m. it should be not as severe by this time. The 850 millibar winds here. Basically what it looks like from 850. Basically from the south here, if the winds are coming from the south and they're a lot higher, there's a better chance of tornadoes going on in this region here. And it looks like we are seeing a little bit of high values, not the highest of values here I've seen before. We see a little bit of higher values in areas North Carolina, South Carolina, meaning a tornado or two could be possible. But it doesn't look like a very big risk as we continue into the evening. We do see a little bit up to maybe 16, 25 knots, but not as impressive as seen before here on the 850 millibar winds here. But we'll have to watch maybe for a tornado or two being possible here. So continue to watch that if you're in South Carolina and North Carolina tonight. Okay, something I do want to look at is our soundings here. Basically, look at our information over here. This is the stuff I check out each time that there's pretty high 850 millibar winds here. I look at the SRH here. Basically, you want up to about 250. We're not quite to 250, but getting a little higher here in this region. Like I said, maybe a tornado or two possible. It's not the biggest tornado threat though for today. We do have quite a bit of instability here, as you can see on our sounding here. On our D-Cape, we see about 1,000, so it will be a damaging wind event for sure there. Then we could see some heavy rain too. 1.63 inches of rain potentially being possible there. So yeah, we'll have to watch that also being possible here. Okay, here's a sounding for more later on in the evening here. It doesn't look like it changes too much here. Still a little bit in SRH, but it's not quite up to 250 here. Usually want about 250 or more for a few tornadoes being possible here. So maybe a tornado or two, but not the biggest threat here. Our cape kind of goes down by this time, but still a little bit of cape in these areas. We can see by our D cape, maybe up to 300 here. So we do see around a little bit of D cape, meaning downdraft cape, meaning a better chance of winds going on. So we see a little less of that. And then our rain kind of goes up a little bit, so we could see a little bit of flooding being possible in some of these areas here. It looks like our instability and D cape kind of goes down, so it becomes a lower threat as we go more into the evening, it looks like. Okay, now we're looking at a little more east here into areas of southeast North Carolina. We moved a little more east at the same time, just a little more east here. We see it looks like a little bit higher values, not the most high values though I've seen before. So you usually, like I said, want about 250 for a few tornadoes being possible there. Cape around 700 here, so not the highest of Cape here, but we do see around 700, 400 there. Then D Cape is about 1,000, so like I said, I think today will be mainly a damaging wind threat, but maybe a tornado or two could be possible. Then our basically rain threat is potentially up to 1.71 inches maybe here we could see, so we could see a little bit of flooding going on here. Look at our photograph here, not the most impressive to me. Usually it usually wants to kind of look like a hook kind of thing, so kind of like a little hook or something. So it's not the most impressive for today. So today's tornado threat isn't the biggest threat, but it is a threat we will have to monitor for today, as a few tornadoes could be possible in some of these regions. Okay, tomorrow we have a marginal risk of severe weather from Kansas, Oklahoma, all the way down to areas of Alabama and Florida here. Now we're looking at the models here. See what's shown here around 12 p.m. We are seeing a few showers and thunderstorms going on here. Whereas in Missouri, Illinois here, Arkansas here, some heavy rain being a possibility and maybe a little bit of isolated severe weather being possible here around 12 p.m. So we will have to watch for some severe weather being possible here, as there is that marginal risk, so some strong storms are possible. It looks like it tries to weaken by 4 p.m. A big thing of rain, but still some thunderstorms could be possible. As you can see, some isolated storms are going on in areas of Oklahoma, Arkansas, maybe a little bit of Missouri there. So we also are seeing some thunderstorms down here in Mississippi, Alabama here around 5 p.m. tomorrow. So we could be seeing a few stronger storms going on, maybe a few being severe there. And then those continue for areas in Mississippi, maybe a little bit of Louisiana there. So, and it looks like by around 12 a.m. in the morning, it looks like most of it fizzles out. Maybe a few other thunderstorms try to develop here in areas, maybe Missouri, Kansas here, Arkansas here. So we'll have to watch if this does happen. It looks like some stronger storms could be possible here. Something we'll have to watch as we head into the overnight, but it should probably mainly be just regular thunderstorms here. But this time in flash flooding risk being possible, because it looks like we are seeing quite a bit of heavy rain going on with this. Okay, here's our instability for tomorrow. We see quite a bit of instability here from Kansas all the way down here to the Gulf of Mexico here. We are seeing quite a bit of instability, even up to 2,000 joules per kilogram. All you need is 1,000 joules per kilogram for some severe weather, and we do see about 2,000 joules per kilogram for those thunderstorms, so we will have some food for those thunderstorms. Okay, here is our moisture here. We see quite a bit of moisture around 70s here, so we do see some decent moisture here, around even upper 70s for areas of Louisiana. So with moisture moving up into some of these areas from the Gulf of Mexico here, we'll have to watch for some severe weather being possible here, as there is quite a bit of moisture in these areas here for tomorrow, so definitely something we'll have to watch closely. Okay, now we're looking at the 850 millibar winds and height here. We see higher values potentially here in Missouri here at this time, at least when those complex thunderstorms was moving through Missouri at the time. We'll have to watch maybe for a tornado or two, but it's not the most highest of values there. So, and then as we continue on into the day here, really don't see that high of values of at least millibar winds here. It looks like it tries to increase as we head more into the nighttime hours. Something we'll have to watch. It depends on if these are still severe by this time tomorrow around 4 a.m. in the morning, because it does show we will see some higher values potentially for areas of Oklahoma, Arkansas, Kansas here, with some of those thunderstorms that are moving through. So definitely something we'll have to watch here, because it does show that maybe we could see a little bit of potentially a tornado threat for maybe areas of Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Missouri, sorry. But it's not the biggest threat, but it's a threat here, and it is showing up that we could see maybe some stronger storms, but this is during the nighttime hours. And if it's during nighttime hours, it's usually not as strong. That's why I don't think it'll be as big a threat. And you can tell our warm air advection here and that cooler air advection behind here. Then our low pressure system moving through. So we can see where that severe weather threat will be right around this area here. So we'll have to watch for some of that severe weather being possible. Okay, then as we head next day here, we do have another marginal risk here for areas to the southeast. We will have to watch for a few thunderstorms being possible. So now we're looking at around 12 p.m. here. We are seeing a few showers and thunderstorms going on for areas of Arkansas, Missouri, Tennessee here, Mississippi, Alabama here, with some isolated flash flooding being possible with some of these thunderstorms. It looks like they try to weaken as we head on 2 p.m., but a few thunderstorms try to develop here, as we will have to watch some of these storms as they could be strong to potentially severe for areas in Mississippi, Arkansas there. We'll have to watch for a few strong to severe thunderstorms being possible. They continue to move its way south here. We continue to see showers and thunderstorms continue. Some of these could be severe here. So definitely something we'll have to watch here with some of these storms. This is as far out about as we can go. We can only go one more frame here. Let's look at our last frame here. And we continue to see thunderstorms going on for Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama here. We'll have to watch for a few strong storms being possible, maybe a few isolated storms being severe here. So definitely something we'll have to watch here for sure. Here's our instability. We have quite a bit of instability in these areas, so we will see quite a bit of food for thunderstorms in this area. We do see some high moisture also here around, looks like mid to close to upper 70s here for these storms here. So we will have a pretty good environment for a few strong to potentially severe thunderstorms being possible here. Now we're looking at our 850 millibar winds here. We don't see that high of values here in the 850 millibar winds here, doesn't look like, but something we'll have to watch here right now. Doesn't look like much of a tornado risk in here really, but I did want to show you guys this as it doesn't look very high here. Doesn't really look as high. It looks more high today and tomorrow than here on day 3. It looks like a lower risk of tornadoes, so it doesn't look like it'll be that big of a risk for tornadoes here in this area, but some large hail and damaging winds definitely could be possible with some of those storms. Okay, the Atlantic is actually calm right now. We don't see any tropical activity going on in the next 48 hours. We also don't have any tropical activity going on in the next 5 days either. But I do want to show you something interesting with the latest GFS run here. Don't take this literally, it's going to change here, but I do want to just show you guys what's going on with the GFS here. So let's look here. So as we can see in the future, we're not seeing any disturbances here in the Atlantic, so that's some good news. But as we go a little more far out, watch as we move, some storms move off of Africa here, and we'll see as some low pressure systems will develop off the coast of Africa in the main development region. And you can watch that as you can see some storms try to develop here in the main development region. As you can see there, that came off of Africa here, and we see a disturbance potentially here to move into more of the Atlantic here. But as I said, this is far out. This will likely change, but I do want to show you that some of the models are starting to hint at some storms could be being possible here at the end of this month. Then we see another disturbance off of Africa as it shows here. Then it looks like by the end of this month we are seeing another disturbance going on off of Africa here. So we will have to watch as it does show some disturbances will try to develop here, maybe even off of maybe South America there too. So definitely something we'll have to watch. It looks like we will start getting active. We see 1, 2, and maybe even 3 here disturbances we'll have to watch as we get to the end of August. This will likely change, but I do want to say though that some of the models are hinting at some storms developing here in the main development region here, as you can see here. So definitely something you'll have to watch. We'll have to watch this closely. I'll continue to give you guys updates here on the channel. I know you guys can't really see it that well, but I did want to show you guys that there is a little bit of hinting going on, at least with the GFS here, that some tropical activity could be going on by the end of this month heading into September. So definitely something we'll have to watch. I'll keep you guys updated here on the channel. Right now, don't take this literally. This is still quite far out. This could still change in the exact area it's going toward and exact location. This could even just be taken off here in a few days from now. But I did just want to show you guys what the GFS is hinting. Okay, now we're looking at Tropical Depression 10E here. I did want to show you guys this just real quick. This developed in the Eastern Pacific here. Right now, it's a depression, and it's expected, according to what it shows, stay a depression as it continues to move its way west here, so it's not expected to be anything too big. But I did want to show you guys this is our only depression going on. There's nothing else going on in the Eastern Pacific, Central Pacific, or the Atlantic here. This is the only storm here, and it's expected to stay a depression. It'll probably be taken off the National Hurricane Center's website probably within the next few days, so we won't have to worry about this one too much. I did just want to show you guys this before we end today's video here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. I know it was probably a little shorter. We didn't talk about too much in today's video. We mainly talked about severe weather, but I did want to real quick talk about the tropics in today's video, so hopefully you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share here. It would really help a lot here. Plan to hopefully do a live stream either tomorrow or Wednesday this week. I want to do a live stream sometime this week here. If I'm not doing a live stream, I'm going to try to do a video because I will be going back to school here within the next few weeks here. So just want to let you guys know that I won't be able to upload as often as I do here. So I may be taking breaks a lot more days here as we get closer to school coming up here, depending on how much homework I have each night here. As I will have to go back to bed earlier, I will not be able to upload as sooner as I do now. So just want to let you guys know school is coming up, meaning I will have probably less time on my hands to make videos here with you guys here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. The next few videos I will be coming out, because it may be a little while till I upload my next video once school starts, because I could have a lot on my hands to worry about here. So just want to let you guys know now, because high school, I'm heading into high school, which we may have a lot more homework here, and I calculated up like last night here, I'll only have like 6 or 7 hours here before I have to go back to bed here. So that means 2 hours to do homework and stuff. That would mean 5 hours left, 2 hours to upload, then eat, then spend time with family. So I'll have to figure out how I'm going to do it here, but like I said, high school for me is coming up. So uploads will probably start going down here on the channel. So I'm very sorry. I want to spend more time on, my high school stuff, because I want to go to college and stuff, and I don't want to fail classes or anything. So yeah. But sorry about this long intro. Just want to let you guys know high school is coming up for me. So that is coming up next week. So keep that in mind. If I stop uploading quite a bit, the reason why is I'm in school and have a lot more probably homework. So have a good rest of your guys' day, and see you guys in the next upload or stream.